Hello, Facebook world. I have been actually wanting to hop on here for quite some time. The Lord has been tugging at my heart to share my journey with adoption and infertility. For those of you that do not know, my son was adopted. My husband and I adopted our son. And anyway, so I just kind of want to share that story. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for hopping on. I really appreciate your support because honestly, I feel like I'm going to throw up right now. It's all good, right? I learned this weekend about sharing and that we all have something to share. And we all have something... Oh, sorry. Someone was messaging me. And we all have something that could maybe impact someone else. That maybe someone else is going through what I went through. And y'all, it was a really tough time in my life. So my husband and we had our daughter before we were married. And I had my daughter, and my husband adopted her. But we struggled with infertility for 7 years. And y'all, it was hard. It was a really, really hard time. I'm going to try not to cry. But I think during that time, I was really mad at God, to be real honest. Because I thought I was doing everything perfect. I was a leader at my church. We were leaders at our church. We were, we were married. I was doing everything that was in God's plan. And I kind of put so much faith in the doctors and in science. And just thinking that if we go through all of this infertility stuff, if we go through, we went through shots and, the implantation, and my husband had to have surgery. And then, finally when it came down to the point that I was going to have infertility treatments, and I went to the doctor, and they're like, you know what? I thought that I was perfect, that nothing must be wrong with me, that this was all going to work. And I remember going to the doctor, and he was like, Angie, you have bad eggs and low quality. And I'm like, wait a minute. Nothing's supposed to be wrong with me. It's all supposed to be my husband. And it was really hard on me. So we proceeded through with infertility. And like I said, gosh, anyone that's been through infertility, I just want you to know, please feel free to reach out to me because it's hard. The shots, the hormones, everything that you have to go through is really tough. And so just know that I'm praying for you. Please feel free to reach out for me. If you're currently going through infertility, or if you have been through infertility, I'd love for you to drop, or going through infertility, I'd love for you to drop a little emoji below, and just let me know so that I can be praying you through this journey, because it's a tough journey. So anyway, so we went through the infertility, we had all the infertility shots and all that fun stuff and implantation. And I just knew, okay, God's going to give me a baby now. I've done infertility. This is all supposed to work, right? Because that's what you think when you spend thousands of dollars, it's just supposed to work. And it didn't. Didn't work. And I remember again being so angry with God and thinking, okay, why isn't this working? And my husband is very, very strong. And really during that time, he is the reason why, I made it through, and that I didn't get down in this deep, dark hole. And honestly, for months, I had nightmares about losing a baby. It was a really, really tough time. But during that time, a verse just kept coming to me, and it's Hebrews 11:1. Now, faith is the confidence in what we hope for, and the assurance of what we do not see. And I kept thinking, okay, God, I know that you have something else in store for us. I know that you have a child for us, and I know that one day, you know, I just knew, I'm like, if you do not want us to have another child, I'm so grateful for the child that we have. Just please take this need, please take this desire away from me. And he didn't take it away. So I knew that he had a plan for us. And y'all, God's plan is so much bigger than ours. Some things we don't know. We don't know. God takes us through these trials. God takes us through these challenges because he is building us up and he is growing and he is taking us for something even better. And he did. He had something so much better. Y'all, exactly 9 months later, like, I'm shaking. If the infertility would have worked, we were due between September 15th and October the 1st. Y'all, our son was born on September 15th. Oh, I'm sorry. That's somebody else's birthday. September 20th. I'm getting all nervous. Our son was born on September 20th. How amazing is that? And just think, if we would have gone through that infertility, if it would have been successful, where would my son be today? And I know that, so I knew that he was meant for us. We got a call out of the blue from a family member asking if we could take him in. And we didn't know. At first, we just thought that we were supposed to foster him. We became as a foster parents at 3 weeks old. He had some medical conditions, and so we were in the hospital like from the minute he was from the minute that we found out from him about him. We went to the NICU, and we were in the NICU back and forth every single day. At that time, I was working in the title business, and so I had to work during the day. My husband would go to the NICU during the day, and then from like the minute I got off of work until like 2 o'clock in the morning, I stayed at the NICU. And y'all, it's the craziest thing. When we started talking to our friends about bringing this baby home, we had no idea. We didn't know if we were going to be able to adopt him. We didn't know if we were just fostering him until things got better. We didn't know what was going to happen. And it was such like this, like, God, you are in control. I have no idea what your plan is. But I remember saying, please don't take this child away from me. Sorry. I remember thinking, Lord, please don't take this child from me. I remember feeling, sorry, gosh, I didn't realize I was going to cry so much. I remember feeling like, this is my baby. But I didn't know. I didn't know what God's plan was. I didn't know if, his plan was for us to just be a caretaker. So if you're a foster parent, man, and I just props off to you, because I don't think I could have ever let him go. And I know, like now, I could have never let him go, because that is my baby. And I mean, I just remember being just at the Lord's feet every single day. I remember during this time, getting in trouble for work because I was missing so much of work because we were at the hospital so much. But the crazy thing is, so all of our friends started hearing about, knew about this. And y'all, we had people like give us brand new furniture. We went to get some carpet for his room, and we picked out some stuff. And at that time, y'all, our funds were so tight. We didn't know how we were going to, get everything that we needed for a baby on such a short notice. But things just started coming, and I remember that Eric went to go get carpet, and we were thinking it was going to be like, about $300 to lay carpet for this room. And when he went to the guy at Lowe's, the guy's like, hey, I've got a scrap over in the back. Do you want to, take a look at it and see if maybe it's something that you want? Y'all, no kidding. It was almost the exact piece of carpet that we were about to spend $300 on. We got it for $35. Carpeted the whole room for $35. Like, I mean, it was just such an amazing testament of how faithful God is, how amazing God is, and that sometimes we can't see His plan. So I just wanted to share with you a little bit about that, and a little bit about adoption and infertility, and just to let you know, if you are going through adoption, if you are going through infertility, I would love for you to share with me. I would love for you to, in the comments below, share your adoption story. I am so incredibly passionate about adoption. I'm so incredibly passionate about supporting and praying for mamas. So please, please, please feel free. If this has encouraged you, if this has inspired you, I'd love for you to share. I'd love for you to share my story if I can encourage and inspire anyone in any way. And thank you all for hopping on here. I have been challenged to start sharing more, so be expecting to see a little bit more of me, and I may fumble and I may fail. I am perfectly imperfect, and I am so thankful for that. So thank you so much for all of your support. Thank you for getting on here. I love you all. I hope you all have just an amazing, amazing day. Bye.